Hello humans, welcome back. Despite what it says on the sign behind me, my name's Repulsive Artichoke, and over here on this channel I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing. Basically, I used to do video essays, and then because they took so long I didn't really have time to do them and actually keep posting. So now we just do whatever the fuck I feel like. Basically, I just now show you all my special interests, pretty much. And this week's special interest, I didn't even pull up because I've spent that much time trying to deal with the fucking white balance. As you might have noticed, we had a lot of fiddly issues. So if last week's episode was not very coherent, I apologise. It wasn't actually meant to come out last week. This video is what was meant to come out for the last week, but my mirror decided to knock the space bar on the keyboard, which meant that OBS paused. OBS was the only thing I had open at the time, so that was fun. Either way, we're gonna forget about that and we're gonna talk about what my goals for 2026 are, because I need to hold myself accountable and actually do these things, and at least if I get them on camera I can attempt to hold myself accountable. Yeah, don't know how long it'll last. I give it to February, but I mean we're also already 12 days into the new year, so I'm gonna get ready for my morning, and I thought we would have a little go through of my goals for 2026. I'm gonna start off with my skincare, and then we're gonna shuffle over to makeup, and I'll go get dressed, and I'll take a video of me getting dressed because that's what I do for TikTok, and I'll put it up and I'll talk alongside of it. Also, I apologise if the white balance does not want to play ball. I don't know why, but lately it just does not like me. I'm just going to start off with a bit of micellar water just to get off last night's skincare. Goal number 1 for 2026 is I am going to focus on the YouTube channel a lot more. I want to try and get to a point where we can start doing weekly uploads. At the minute we're kind of doing fortnight is my maximum amount of time that I want to go without them, because any longer than that and I just forget. But yeah, I want to try and focus on the long form a bit better. I already do short form content already quite well. I have very much got into the habit of a daily upload schedule with that, so that one's not really an issue. Yeah, I want to give you guys my attention as much as I can, because I enjoy doing it. With TikTok, I am pretty limited on there. Honestly, I can't actually post videos that are over 3 minutes for the sake of Instagram, because I also post my reels on from TikTok onto Instagram, and I can't do them over 3 minutes because otherwise Instagram won't show your videos to new audiences, which kind of just renders the whole thing pointless in my opinion. And I like to yap, you know. I would rather do longer form content. I'm not gonna stop doing short form content because I've come back to YouTube, but we're still gonna we're just gonna focus on doing this as well. I have more access to be a bit more sloppy, kind of, really, with TikTok and Instagram. Like, now my micellar water's done, I'm gonna start off with my toner. I use the Kanzen Pore Purifier on a morning. On an evening, I use GU toner pad, because on an evening I like to try and rehydrate my skin as much as possible. So number 2 is probably the biggest one I need to deal with this year, and that is declutter and chill out with the overconsumption. A lot of my overconsumption problem comes from TikTok Shop. I get paid, I get sent free samples and then commission from posting videos with those samples. I tend to only ever really get samples of stuff that I actually want and actually like. If it's something I don't like, I am not going to post about it. Like, one of the things that I got was the Kanzen pore purifier, my pore purifier from Kanzen, and honestly, I love this. At the point that this is not the one that they sent me in a sample anymore, this is one that I've paid for. And yeah, I do get a lot of stuff from those, but if you follow my TikTok, you'll probably realise that I haven't been posting as much TikTok Shop content over there, and that is just down to the fact that I am being even more just scrutinising more when it comes to what I keep getting distracted because I can hear my neighbour's dogs. My neighbour has two cockapoos but before she had those, she had a husky, and those two cockapoos now howl because the husky taught them how to howl. So whenever they go out, I know about it because I can hear the dogs howling, which I personally don't really care about. I can really only hear it when I'm in here because they stay in the I'm pretty sure they stay in the conservatory, and if I'm in my bedroom at the front of the house, I don't hear them at all. Yeah, I've been more cautious about how much I'm getting via TikTok Shop. I've really only been asking for samples of stuff I actually want. Basically, it's something that I really want to try, but I don't want to waste my money on it. So like I say, there are still items from TikTok Shop that I will reuse a lot of, like clothing that I get through there, because a lot of the TikTok Shop is fast fashion. I rarely tend to get rid of stuff, even if it breaks, because basically I do a lot of upcycling with clothes, and if something breaks beyond repair, I will shove it in a bag in my spare bedroom, and then I basically just keep hold of it until I have a project that it's useful for. The other thing is as well that I go to tip shops a lot with my mum and to car boot sales because she does reselling, and yeah, we go to get her a lot of stock, and when things are so cheap I just kind of tend to put the blinders on a bit. So I've been trying to chill out with how much I get, so you'll probably notice if you follow my TikTok as well that I've been doing a lot less hauls. Yeah, I'm just also trying to make sure with some things that I run out before I decide to buy more of stuff, like especially with makeup, because I don't really wear that much makeup on a day-to-day basis. I mostly wear like mascara and do my eyebrows. Maybe if I'm feeling a little bit, wild, I'll put like a bit of blush and some underneath my eyes, like I usually do. I actually put blusher underneath my eyes quite a lot of the time. But as well, I am also wanting to do this because I want to save up to get my own microphone, so I don't have to come and sit in here every time I want to record. And I'll probably still mostly record in here, because the microphones that I'm going to be looking at getting aren't going to be like the best quality ones. It's just going to be whatever's wireless. The main thing that I want the microphones for is for when I start doing more crafting videos, which I will be doing this year. So yeah, I want to have a wireless microphone to be able to do that. So next step is we are going to do my face serum, which is Skin Cyclopedia's vitamin C serum. Oh, that's it's so hard to tell if anything's focused on there because I don't have glasses on and I have zero skin. Unless something is as close as the microphone is to me right now, I ain't gonna see it without my spec. This is something that I found recently, is this vitamin C serum, and honestly I genuinely love it. A little goes very much a long way with this. I am pretty much prone to acne, thank you PCOS. I've found that it's genuinely helping me not get pockmarks from it, because that has been my biggest worry about having acne. Like, not the acne itself, it's the scarring and everything that it leaves behind. But these days I am rarely getting as many breakouts. Like, currently I have got a few breakouts, but I am literally just at the end of my period, so I expect it. Number 3 for my goals for 2026 is trying to lose weight. That is something I already started in 2025. It's because the way that I want to lose weight isn't just like going on a diet. It is lifestyle changing, basically. And since I went to therapy and I've started working on myself mentally, I have found it a lot easier because I just don't feel like I get as hungry as often as I did before. And I don't emotionally eat as much, if that makes sense. And in turn, that has also helped my acne. I'm going to put a lip mask on now while I do the rest of my face. I absolutely love this one. This is the Sweet Dreams with vitamin E, aloe vera and grapeseed oil from W7. And I mainly love it purely because it genuinely tastes like Calpol. So if you're a weird person like me that loves the taste of Calpol, that one, it's about £1.70. I do not like to spend a lot of money on stuff, especially when it comes to like stuff that I have to reuse. If it's something that I'm gonna have for a long time, yeah, I'll quite happily spend a bit of extra money. But stuff that I use more often, I try to avoid spending too much money. But yeah, the main reason I actually want to lose weight has nothing to do with sort of like my confidence or anything like that. And like from a looks perspective, I am very much comfortable in my own skin these days. It actually comes from the fact that I have chronic pain problems and I am at a point where I just need something, because I am losing hope of ever finding anything to help with my pain. So this is the only way to get doctors to actually listen to me, because if you have chronic pain or know someone that has chronic pain, they will always just put it down to being overweight. And they did that to me even when I was a size 10. So this is actually another thing that I discovered because of TikTok Shop. And this is something I genuinely would recommend if you have PCOS and you get similar acne to mine, which is like some of it's milia and some of it is just regular hormonal acne. But this is 47 Skins serum. I use it twice a day. And yeah, it was something I got as a sample. I only got a 15 milliliter bottle from them as a sample. This one's a 30 ml. It is quite expensive, I'm not gonna lie, but it it is the most money I spend on my skincare, and I think this one is £25 for the 15ml, for the 30ml, whereas the 15ml, if you're only using it on a morning or on an evening, that'll last you a month at least, whereas I use this twice a day, so I get the 30ml. And I now have it on subscription with Amazon because I genuinely love it and it genuinely works and it smells so nice. The next thing I want to, it's more of a carry on from last year is this, but last year I decided to finally dig into my mental health properly. I have had quite serious mental health problems most of my adult life because your gal's got trauma. Yeah, a couple of years ago, I got divorced, and it wasn't really even the divorce that was the biggest part of the problem because honestly, I think neither of us were really ready for marriage, but you know, it is what it is. For me, the biggest part was trying to get moved into my place that caused a lot of issues. And then my granddad also passed. Well, it was not my biological granddad. He's essentially my mum's stepdad. He was someone that had been in my life from the age of like 7. So it took a toll on me. And it's partly why I ended up disappearing last January, was just because my mental health had got so bad that I just needed to deal with it. So I started off by doing a group CBT session that was online. I did that for 12 weeks, and that was through a group called Emerge that basically deal with people like myself that have got complex mental health problems, because I was diagnosed with emotionally unstable personality disorder alongside also being autistic. So that can be quite a bit of a challenge for me to deal with. And yeah, I did that, and then I ended up getting one-to-one therapy, which I did for about 6 months because that's as long as it went for. And then in October of last year, I finished that. The time that ended, I also had decided that I was going to come back to the same therapist to do art therapy as a group, and that starts for me in January. So that's me continuing over into this year as to working on my mental health. Number 5, I am going to be finding ways to increase how long it takes me to get ready, because I don't have ADHD, but I was raised by someone who certainly does. So I'm a little bit time blind at times, but the autistic side of my brain hates being late for anything. So yeah, I want to make sure I am finding ways to make getting ready on a morning as quick as possible when I'm not recording and getting ready at the same time. That is actually quite achievable these days. I think I've got myself down from 2 hours down to an hour, and the longest part of it was really my eyebrows, because I can be such a perfectionist, but growing my eyebrows back has made that a little bit easier because it's meant that I've now got a bit of a guide. On a day-to-day basis, I don't wear a lot of makeup anyway. If I know I need to be out by a specific time, I pretty much just put mascara on. Speaking of which, I like my mascara warm because it makes it a hell of a lot easier to put it on, and a lot smoother application. So I tend to like put it in my blanket or something while I'm getting ready. I was genuinely really worried when I grew my eyebrows back as well, because it had been so long since I had them. I was kind of worried that I was gonna have to look like slugs for brows, but the way that they've grown back, I'm very happy with. So I am not mad about them. And I don't have to have slug brows either. Number 6, I've already pretty much mentioned, which is using up stuff I already have, like my makeup. Some of my makeup is way past expired, but I'm not just going to get rid of it because it's expired. It's, you know, I'm putting it on myself, so it's kind of not that deep, but I would still rather not waste it. I am not someone who likes waste. I try my best not to waste things. Number 7 is spend less money where possible, which, yeah, for me is kind of a big thing because I tend to kind of forget that don't work a normal job, so, you know, things kind of are a bit more expensive for me. Or at least my wage doesn't go as far as most people's would, because they don't have to apply to national minimum wage and stuff like that. When your own employer, you kind of can't really complain if you don't complain to anyone if you don't get the legal wage. Number 8 is craft more, which again, I want to do more crafting over here. So if anyone can recommend me some decent wireless mics, ideally under £100, that would be amazing, because I would love to do like more DIY and crafting videos. Like I've finally got my sewing machine back working, so there is so much that I want to make. Cannot wait to be able to do more crafting videos, because at the minute I am still crafting, just not just, you know, even though I'm not making videos on it. I did actually do some crafting at the weekend, and I have planned to be wearing what I made at the weekend today, so I will show you it after I go get dressed. Right, that's the skin pack. No, it's not. I'll tell a lie. I've forgotten my eye cream, which is Haru Wonder, and it is the black chai. Well, it's not a retinol, but it's eye cream that is a really good step before retinol. I'm quite lucky to have I don't have a lot of deep wrinkles or fine lines, so I don't think I need to go on to using a retinol yet, because if you don't have fine lines or wrinkles, I would avoid staying away from stuff like retinols, even if it's ones that you can get from a chemist. It's still very strong stuff, and it can really cause your skin to mature faster than you'd expect it to. Okay, now I am onto my makeup. I finally found a product that I use as concealer that is technically a highlight from a contour highlight, but yeah, that is finally the colour that matches my skin. For some reason, the white balance is making it look like I have much oranger skin than I do. I actually have really very, very pale. And then the last one that I've got is take more time for myself, because I do not do that at all. The most sort of time I really take for myself is on a Sunday. I will have, like, at the weekend Zach stays over, so on a Sunday is the only day that I really take off, because Zach stays over. I take him to work on Monday mornings, because he starts at like 6, 7ish. I get up and take him to work, so we go to bed at like 9. And then, but yeah, because we go to bed so early on on a Sunday evening, we like to spend the evening like watching TV together. So we'll both come off computers and stuff by 4 o'clock. We'll eat, shower, do everything we need to do, and then we'll watch a couple of films and stuff from like 6 o'clock till 9, and then obviously go to bed. Other than really that, I kind of don't give myself much time to myself, and I need to do that a lot more. Cannot believe how easier it is to do my brows now. Like, that one brow took me less than 10 minutes. I do need a better brow pomade than this. This is just one I got temporarily, and I don't really like it because it's messy. I'm trying to use it all up before I get rid of it, so that is my road. Right, just some under brew highlight. We are bordering Miss Kiff brow territory, but as long as we don't punch holes in the walls, it'll be fine. And then just some mascara. Can't really talk and do my makeup at the same time, otherwise I would. Back under my leg while I let it warm up a bit. I'm going to do my highlighter. This is the Illamasqua highlighter in the shade Gleam. It is super creamy. I love this highlighter. It's nice for when I just want to look like I've got a bit of a glow going on. Don't use a brush or anything, I just tap it in like I am now. Right, and that is my face done. Apologies for not talking after while I was doing my makeup. I just kind of got used to doing makeup and getting ready, so I kind of just needed to concentrate. I am ready for my day, or as ready as I ever will be. Will I need my lip gloss. I mean, it's only a clear coat, but obviously I'm not dressed now. However, before I go, I will explain my outfit of the day, because you should. This is the fit for the day, and yeah, I'm vibing with it. The top is actually came as a t-shirt, however I managed to spill bleach on it because I am so smart. And yeah, I spilled bleach on it, and basically I cut it. I thought, sod it, we'll just make it a crop top, and then I cut it too short, so that was great. But basically I thought, let's just try something to see if we can redeem it, and we did. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments, and let me know if you have got any other ideas of what you would like to see me do for YouTube videos. I am always open to suggestions, but either way, I will talk to you all later, and I hope you have a lovely day.